The Honourable Susan Carter.
Mr President, I rise to speak in support of the motion to establish a select committee to inquire into and report on the relationship between the Dural caravan incident and parliamentary debates on legislation which was said to respond to or relate to this incident. This is a matter of extreme public interest and concern, so it's not surprising that even before this motion has been considered, it has been the subject of public debate and public comment. The motion is clear about what the scope of this inquiry is, which essentially goes to the relationship between the executive and the legislature, and whether the legislature is being appropriately informed so that we can do our job well. Given the public comment, I think it's important to state that what the scope of this inquiry is not. It is not reconsidering whether or not the Crimes Amendment Places of Worship Bill, or the Crimes Legislation Amendment Racial and Religious Hatred Bill, or the Crimes Amendment Inciting Racial Hatred Bill should have been passed or whether they should be repealed. It is not questioning at all the reality that our Jewish community have been subject to vicious and hateful attacks, and that a climate of fear has been created which no one in our community should be expected to endure. And I'm proud to be a member of the Coalition, which has always stood strongly against anti-Semitism and continues to do so today. Our concern about the increase in anti-Semitism in our community motivated our motion to establish an inquiry into the underlying causes of anti-Semitism and to look specifically at how community safety may be enhanced. And to the extent that the recent amendments to the Crimes Act work to enhance community safety, they are welcome. In one sense, this inquiry should not be necessary. In this House, we should be able to expect that all necessary information is shared with us so that legislation can be properly considered. But sadly, this government has a poor track record in this regard. Reforms of Section 93Z of the Crimes Act were always intended to be iterative. When the issue of a low prosecution rate was raised and the amendments were enacted, by his own motion, the Attorney-General committed to a statutory review of the effect of these changes and to keeping this Parliament fully apprised of the impact of these changes on moderating the behaviour which Section 93Z was designed to curb. This statutory review is now 3 months overdue. It should have been available for this Parliament to consider before the most recent changes were made, but we still have not seen it. At estimates, it became clear that relevant information may not have been shared with MPs before legislation was considered. As things currently stand, we don't know what we don't know. The purpose of this inquiry is to find out, and not just what information was provided to Parliament, but what information may have been inappropriately withheld from the public. No one expects the details of an active police investigation to be shared.
The member's time has expired. Thank you. The Leader of the Government.
Thank you.